Today on Daily Weekly Builds and in this city update, I'm going to be working on this front area here where the beachfront is and a bit of the boardwalk. So I need to kind of convert some of these buildings, do some modifications, just kind of give this ice cream shop a back wall because it doesn't have one, and extract the shrimp shack building from all the other little things that are going on around it and just kind of make it into a normal building. Finish off the boardwalk, which I'm going to use the medium nougat color to represent like the wood flooring, which is kind of what they've done with the ice cream shop, so that's cool. I can just continue that slightly. And then for my very small suggestion of beach, as you can see, I've got plates and for tiles and water and sand and things, so I'm just going to try and do a bit more of that as well. And in this container, I've got some of the parts I need to put a back wall on that ice cream shop, but I still need to get a couple more. And I'm just kind of sorting through my tan plates to see which ones I want to use to just fill up my beachfront area with some sand, and then use some dark tan to represent some wet sand as well. But I think the first thing I'm going to do is convert the shrimp shack into just a normal building and do away with all the other little bits and maybe repurpose them and use them elsewhere. And if you want to see more about this shrimp shack, then I have done a separate review video on it as well, so do check that out. But there's a lot going on, a lot of little details, and I do quite like it. And it looks like Chef Enzo is trying to catch a dog for today's lunch. And moving around the back, we can see that this is also going to need a back wall. But I think my plan, although I don't have the parts for it at the moment, is to just basically repeat the front here with the shutters. So put this, kind of mirror the design. Still keep it the same size, just for the back wall it'll be mirrored from the front, so you can serve all round. So I think that's what I'll be doing at a future point, unless I have some of the parts already, but I don't think I do. So for now, I'm just going to kind of extract the building, get rid of all the extra stuff, and then put it back in place. And I'm not sure if I'm going to keep the stairs or not, because they kind of lead up to the, well, they lead up to the roof, but there's nothing really going on there, so I might get rid of those as well, but we'll see. I do like the shrimp sign though, so that's going to go just beside it on the new boardwalk. I took apart most of the set that I don't need, so like all the extra stuff and all the under the floor things, because there was a lot of parts wasted under the floor. I didn't really understand why, and I'm just kind of rebuilding it now. I've just finished digitally designing the rest of it. I mean, it's literally just kind of mirroring the build, and I took out the stairs and everything, and I had to extend the roof. Initially it was 8 studs, and I needed to make it 10 just so everything worked out symmetrically. So now I need to go through the parts to see what other ones I need to get, and I put them into a Bricklink wanted list, and I need 16 different parts in total. So I'm just going to check my inventory to see what I need, otherwise I'll have to place a little order, but I think I might have some of them. And then these are all the parts from the set that I'm not using right now, which is fine because I can sort those away and then I'm sure they'll come in handy for something else. I've just finished checking what parts I've already got and I have 55%, not bad, slightly over halfway. Whilst I wait to get the rest of the parts to finish the back of this and the back of this one, I can work on placing some of the plates down for the boardwalk and probably make a start on putting the sand and water in place for the beach. I also want to include this building from the latest LEGO City Harbour set, and I do want it kind of here in this location, but I'm going to have to modify it because this little pier that it's on is just too big, and this is a very narrow, you know, it's only 16 studs deep, and by the time I've done the water and the sand, it's a very small suggestion of beach. I think once my city gets expanded, which I do plan to do eventually with some more tables, there will be another beach area which will be a bit bigger than this one, so I'm not too worried about cramming every little detail into it. But yeah, part of my grand plan is to have this building here, so I'm just going to have to kind of take the building off this boardwalk pier and do something a bit different. So this is what it looks like before as per the official set, and this is what I've done. Not too much, I just kind of expanded the little boardwalk promenade thing that it was on, made it a full square shape instead of the L, and then moved the fence around here, removed the pier obviously because it wouldn't fit to where I'm having things, and I put a little table and chairs outside, so it's a nice open area. And I feel like this building is probably quite old, so I thought, okay, I can use some masonry bricks down the bottom, like this is probably a really older part of town. And then we've got the more slightly modern boardwalk over here with the new wood decking. Plus I had a lot of grey masonry bricks, and I thought, well, yeah, I need to lift it up with something. And I've also done a digital draft of what the water is going to look like. So we've got a little bit of sand. I think I did a bit more water, like it went further in than I initially expected it to, but I kind of like it. You know, it's a nice splash of colour, and like I said, this isn't going to be the main beach, it's just a small little area for it. So we've got a few different shades of blue underneath there, and then with the trans clear tiles on top, just to add that kind of depth effect. And then we've got the dark tan to represent wet sand, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. So now I think I can make a start on putting this down. Well, this is as far as I've got so far. I do have some more parts, but they're not small enough to fit in the gaps and things like that. So You know what that means? Come back to me in a few days where I've spent some more money, if I can find some money, that is. And here we are. It wasn't a few days after all. It's actually been about 3 weeks since that last clip that you just saw there. So here I am. As you can see, there's more parts in bags there, and in a recent Bricklink haul you may have seen me get even more parts to finish off some of this water detailing, which is pretty good. And then once I've done that, I might continue my modifications for the shrimp shack and maybe the ice cream shop as well. The different shades of blue are all down in their plate layer, so now it's time to add on the tile layer where hopefully everything comes together. But even like this, it gives a nice effect, a nice gradient of colour there. That looks pretty good. And the water for the beach is very, very, very nearly finished because I've run out of 1x2 trans light blue tiles, which is too bad. I thought I'd have enough, but I guess I didn't because it does use a lot of them. But yeah, it looks pretty nice. I've used obviously some trans clear where the water's kind of really just hitting the wet sand there. The trans light blue throughout. There's a couple of trans blue plates in there as well, so I can attach minifigures so it looks like they're swimming in the water. And I've used some trans clear and trans light blue cheese slopes stacked as waves kind of just crashing up. And I think from a distance, the different shades of blue, it really does look quite nice. So I was digging through my printed tiles and stickered things, and I came across these, which are from a LEGO Friends set. I don't remember which one, but I remember I was looking through a Bricklink store just to fill up an order, and they had these, which are supposed to be beach towels with the LEGO Friends characters' names on it, but, you know, don't need to use Friends. They can just be for regular minifigures. So we've got Mia, Stephanie, and Olivia's beach towels down there with their basket and a drink, and then a little parasol. Yeah, quite nice, and I think the beach is looking pretty good. I added some more sand because where it's going to go up against like the wall for where the road is, just kind of a little bit of build up with some plates and some cheese slopes and things. And just to free up a few more tiles to fill in, I still need plenty more. I added a little bit of rock work in here just so it's, I don't know, a little bit of more visual interest. But yeah, I'm really happy with how this is beginning to look. But this is pretty much all I've got time for today, so I'm going to place it back into position and see how everything looks together. And I do have to be careful when transporting this because it is one big module now. Everything's connected. It's going across 3 16x32 base plates. So yeah, it's fairly solid and I haven't got too far to go. Here we go. The beach is back in where it belongs. And yeah, I'm really happy with that. And having just a little bit of sand just brushing up against the sidewalk there, which is slightly raised up. That looks pretty good. I was thinking about using these white masonry bricks to just build a wall to separate things a bit more, but I feel like that would just, I don't know, really emphasize how small this area is. But instead, I think I'll just make a fence with this chain and the microphone pieces here. That looks pretty smart, just to kind of go along most of this area here, just to give it some separation, but not too much, so it kind of still feels a bit open. And it looks like you have to wait till next time to see me work on the boardwalk area, but that's okay. It gives you more reasons to stay watching, right? Well, thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to leave it a thumbs up. And if you have any suggestions or improvements, leave a comment down below. And if you're feeling extra generous, why not become a channel member? So any money we earn from this channel is spent directly on buying more LEGO, which is expensive, as you know. Channel members get exclusive early access to videos, which sometimes up to several weeks in advance. You get priority replies in the comments, custom little emojis next to your name in the comments so other people can see that you're a channel member. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Any support is greatly appreciated. I'll see you next time for another LEGO City update. Bye for now. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to check out the other videos on this channel or on one of my other channels as well. And of course, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and share with your friends.